Yeah.
Is that a bead?
Izzy,
Yeah.
you star.
So what? Do you think they can hear us?
Hi!
Hi!
Yeah, we don't start by saying so. So you keep telling me. Yeah. So we're on a boat.
We're on a boat.
We've got some children with us.
We have. We're not going to put them in this bit of the video.
No, they'll be in it later.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're going to St Agnes.
we are.
We're going to go to Beady Pool.
Hopefully.
And we're going to look for beads.
Yeah, we're going to look for cool stuff. Hopefully no one will fall off the boat. And
Oh, it's quite bouncy now.
oh, it's getting a bit lumpy out here. It's not really, it's lovely.
We're going to have a picnic.
Yeah.
And we're going to, yeah. That's about it really, isn't
And
it?
we're going to, yeah.
walk and a picnic and look for beads and
Short and snappy.
short and snappy intro. Here we go. Off to St Agnes. See you there.
We're a little off the beaten track now. We say that, but look, here's a beautiful house. And we've just come down that little track. Just there. So, welcome to Agnes. And this is why we come to Agnes. Hey Sammy,
Yeah.
can you see Beady Pool?
I can. It's over there.
Yeah, it is. It's over there. These rocks are awesome. Caused by thousands and thousands of years of driving weather coming off the Atlantic out there. Kept picking up sand and seawater and just scouring away the rock until it forms these weird and wonderful shapes. It's pretty cool, right? So this is Beady Pool. Let's see what we can find. So there's a bit of a problem with this. Firstly is that these beads are really, really rare and they're difficult to find. There aren't many of them left. Secondly, they are kind of a dark greeny black glass coated in red earthenware. And the sand is full of stuff that is about that colour, about the size of a bead, whether it's little bits of red granite or shells or other stuff, or bits of sea glass. So this is going to be quite a task.
So I've been told the beads I'm looking for are reddish, and I keep looking at these. Unfortunately, there's a lot of these little snails. I think I'm going to spend a lot of my afternoon picking these up and then realising they're snails.
So here, just next to a large rock, which will have changed the flow of the water, we're getting some larger rocks and shells washing up than the rest of the sand. If you look at this, just down here, you can see the rest of the sand's much smaller. And also there are a few bits of glass in there, which would suggest that maybe glass beads might also wash up there. So let's have a little look and see if there's anything in it.
More snail shells.
One of the other cool things about this particular bit of Agnes is that it's not just that one ship that's washed up here. In the 90s, I believe it was, the MV Sita came aground off Scilly, a cargo ship full of containers of all sorts of cool things. And this, I'm led to believe, is the rusted remains of one of the containers that washed up here in this particular bay. You still find things washing up from the Sita. It was full of computer equipment and trainers and things like that, which is pretty cool, right?
It's in my door. You found yourself a Jaeger rock.
So plan B is to sit on the high tide mark, where things would wash up if they were slightly less dense than the rocks and the sand.
Larry, come on camera. Seashell.
Daddy,
Yeah.
is that a bead?
Izzy,
Yeah.
you star! That is a bead. That is a 300-year-old black glass earthenware covered bead.
Yes!
You. She's found a bead. Look,
I found a bead!
here it is, and you won't be able to see it. Let's put it in my hand. I'll tell you what, I'll turn the camera around so you can get a good view of it. In fact, put it in your hand, Izzy, but don't drop it. That's it. You can see in the middle, you can see where the hole went through the middle of the bead. Absolutely fantastic.
I can't believe I found
Oh,
it.
hold on to it. So, Beady Pool,
It's in my eye.
is it a bead?
No.
Not interested.
Sorry.
Right, shall we try that again?
So,
Beady Pool.
Beady Pool. We found literally some bead.
Yes. And
I say
by we
not. I
we
did
mean
not. Did you find a bead?
no,
No. Did you find even part of a bead?
no,
No. Did I find part of a bead?
no.
No.
So Izzy found a bead.
Izzy found the bead. She did. She was looking for something else at the time, which is clearly the key because we looked really hard for beads and found none.
Yeah. What we found was a load of computer equipment.
We did. Well, no, you did.
Well, yeah, okay. Here's a bunch of cables. There's a few different sorts. There's what looks to be kind of worn away, an old monitor cable, really, really old cables like these. They've kind of worn away in the sea. There's quite a few of those that are scattered around the rocks, and some kind of ribbon of some sort. Don't know what that is. But yeah, these will have been from the wreck of the MV Sita. But the most impressive bit is Izzy's bead. And here it is in my grubby hand. Can we?
Oh, that's quite hard to see. What if we hold it, Oz? Excuse me. But you take your hand away.
Yeah, because then if we drop it, it'll. Yeah, you don't know.
I was just trying to get it on the background of the granite, look. So then the camera wants to focus on the granite.
As you can tell, this is not our best.
Oh, that looks quite good from the end, look. There you are, I can see the inside and sort of red outside on it.
Yes, hundreds of slaves were not sold for beads in this particular instance because the beads that washed up here were from a slave ship on its way to Africa to fill with slaves and in exchange for, well, glass beads, which almost makes it seem more horrific that they were sold for a few beads.
That's pretty awful. It's not in keeping with our usual life.
Yeah. So we found some cool stuff.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry. Let's go.
Gotta come on tiptoes to be in the shot. We found some beads.
Let's go to the bar.
The pub.
No, there's a beach bar.